Greetings everyone and welcome to the Royal Failure. I'm King John II and this is Shadow of Mordor. Newly released title by Warner Brothers and developed by Monolith Studios. It's an action-adventure game in an open world. The open world is solely a fraction of Mordor, but as you'll see, it's already mostly, well, actually completely big enough. We'll be having a look at some of the gameplay, some of the features, how the progression system works. I think there's a quick bug I found whilst recording, but the game works amazing. I recommend it just from the race start. I'm going to say this. I am extremely hyped. I've played 6 hours of this, and it's amazing. So, as we hop into the game, let's talk about what it's about. Well, mostly, it's about stabbing orcs, like this.
One-on-one range.
Or like that. Oh, I'm sorry, I said stab. I meant blow their head off. You look like a badass. The whole game is about killing orcs. If you don't like murdering a certain kind of humanoid creature, you should probably not play this. I do like it, and the animations, the whole fighting system is very well made, fluid, and spot on. It looks gorgeous. I don't use a very good computer. It's middle of the range, so the graphics are medium. It's not as gorgeous as it could be. The game is open world and constantly moving. There are happenings going on, even if you're not there, and some of them are just random creatures, like this Grog, killing other orcs. Because you're not enough of a mass murderer, the game should kill the game's enemy as well. It's not all about shooting monsters and killing orcs, it's also about progressing. And how does that work? Well, you do quests and level up. What do you level up? Quite a few things. Let's have a look. As you progress through the game, you unlock experience, both for your character and for your weapons. For your character, you get 2 kinds of experience. This is going to get complicated. You get 2 kinds of experience. Basically, the experience from killing monsters, pretty much doing anything in the game, will enable ability points to unlock the abilities. To unlock the different tiers of abilities, though, you need power points, which are done in specific events or quests, or by killing captains and war chiefs, which we'll see a bit later on. You also, for your character, need to unlock Mirion, which is some kind of elvic currency, I don't know. But it's what enables you to increase your basic stats, like your health, your force power, which is a bullet time meter, pretty much, and extra rune slots for your weapons, as well as a god mode for said weapon. These rune slots, what are they for? Well, they are a passive upgrade to your techniques, to your damage, to a whole bonkers amount of stuff. I haven't unlocked them all. As I said, I'm only 6 hours in the game. But they enable you, with the abilities you unlock for your character, to create some very interesting combos. For example, the ability to increase your health, well, to regenerate your health when you explode people's heads, which means in the middle of a fight, if you do the right combo that you've unlocked with your abilities, you will explode someone's head, regenerate all your health, maybe your focus and your arrows as well, and you pretty much in the middle of a fight, back to your full health, full everything. So the progression system really works, and if you're at least a little bit smart, you will rapidly find ways to become a godly killing machine, which, let's be honest, what else do you want from a adventure action game? Finally, another progress system in this game is the so-called Nemesis system. The Nemesis system is based on the idea that orcs have political and diplomatic and just in between themselves interact a specific way. This is shown in the so-called Sauron's army screen, and it will detail who is a bodyguard to who doesn't like who, which killed which in a duel, etc., etc. It's interesting to look at most of the time solely for the strength and weaknesses of the orc captains and war chiefs, especially as some orcs will become very, very powerful. Most of them have immunity to stealth attacks, which means you cannot just walk behind them and one-shot them like most orcs. But some will become so powerful that they're immune pretty much to anything you can do without using specific terrain elements, such as unleashing hounds, what are called caragors, or exploding a pot of krog with an arrow, or as you'll see here, a campfire. And this adds a whole aspect of strategy to the game, where you can, if you do the right thing, do quite a lot of damage to the captain or war chief you're trying to get to, or simply terrify them to the point where they become rambling lunatics and just run away, not trying to do anything to you, and more importantly, losing their strengths. So if that guy, for example, that's running away now, had immunity to stealth kills and arrows, he no longer has them, which means Edge can just pound on him, and he becomes kind of a weakling. And even though there are orcs around him, he is still focusing on one thing, and that's running as far away as possible. I use all my abilities to catch up to him. Rolling in this game is the fastest way to move around hostile combat. It might not be, but it's what I use. And so there you go. 2 execute moves, and he's a god. Mixing up stealth movement, stealth kills, modifying in the terrain, is the best way to move around in the game and have optimal and fun experience. Now, it's not only captains that differentiate the different types of enemies in this game. Not only are there basic infantry like the one I just killed here, there's also shield carriers, and they are immune to pretty much any basic frontal attack. So what do? Stun him with a special super kick in the head attack, and finish with a combo. And it's pretty easy going. 1 execute movement, strangulate because, hey, why not? And just keep on chaining the attacks. You are very powerful. Only captains can try and compete with you, and even then it's only the ones that have immunity to frontal attacks and ranged and stealth and etc. In which case you have to, without a choice, go for terrain elements. Another immensely fun thing you can do in the game, as demonstrated here, is ride the different beasts you encounter in Mordor. Now, before you get your hopes up, no, that does not include Nazgul. As far as I know, the only ones you can find, much less ride, are these Caragors and the Grorgs we saw earlier, the big troll-like monsters. This enables you, at least on the Caragors, to move around quicker on the map, and gives you a new set of abilities. Your main slashing attack has a high chance of knocking back enemies, and you finish them off with the Caragor, who bites their legs off. That and a series of other types of terrain interactions, as we'll see a bit later, enable you to diversify your approach to pretty much anything in the game. It doesn't make you completely overpowered. As you see right here, shield bearers are still very resistant to your frontal attacks. Your Caragor is not invulnerable, and walking in the fire tends to hurt it. But it's still, one, fun, and two, quite powerful. And most interesting is any captain has a weakness to Caragors will lose its shit if it sees you arriving mounted on one. Here's a see, I just burst a nest of Mordor wasps, which cannot be a good thing. To finish them off. To summarize, it's a get on Steam and get it. For 50 to 60 euros, it's a full price game. It's worth it, it really is. If you're looking for a mass murdering simulator, because it's the age of simulators, it's accelerated training. The combat is the core and pretty much the only thing there is in the game. The progression system, I said, is very interesting and works very well. The gameplay is fluid, the graphics are really sweet. This is just medium settings, I don't have a very good computer. You can do a lot of things, but they are indeed only based around killing stuff. There are some quirky bugs, just like that flying orc. But all in all, it's an amazing game. So, I'm going to stop rambling, and I'm going to leave you for a bit with just gameplay footage, with the sound, with the music, with the murdering. I've been King John II, it's been a pleasure. I recommend this game, I'll see you all next time. Farewell for now.
After him!